And we are live. Maybe. Welcome
Hopefully.
to the FFAN Grindhouse for what we hope is Grindhouse Week 3 Start or Sit. This is about 35 minutes of technical difficulties. We have switched platforms. We are now using a backup StreamYard account, and I hope we are live on YouTube and not talking to each other. But just in case it's only the two of us, I'm Aaron St Denis. He's Greg Cramer. Once again, I pointed the wrong way.
No, you did. You put on my screen. You pointed the right way. Here we are.
Besides the technical difficulties, how's your day going?
It's going okay. It's been a fine morning. The technical difficulties have been crazy, but we're here. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some questions in for people.
I have checked on YouTube. We are indeed live.
We are
indeed live.
Oh my
I just
God.
like that we're live. Yes. Yeah. We have almost no features. We had no intro. I cannot show comments on screen or anything.
Yeah.
We go.
There we go.
We did.
Here.
The boss says we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if I can just remember the week 3 inactives, because I've said them 19 times now. We've got what? Purdy and Jennings out for the Niners. It looks like Tucker Kraft is in. Looks like JSN is in. Zach Charbonnet was the one I was talking about when we were talking to ourselves. He looks doubtful, so I'm counting him as an out. That means wheels up for me on Ken Walker. The technical difficulties gave us an extra 30 minutes of trying to force Ken Walker and Jordan Mason into our lineup, so that was nice. Where do you want to start for the 4th time?
Again, Hunter Renfrow started. We talked about this, I think, twice.
I'm having deja vu. I swear you said this to me twice.
I know. Legette's out, Horn's out. That's David Moore and Tet. So Hunter Renfrow's gonna get, and Sanders, Jatavian Sanders. If you're in a bad spot, tight end, he's worth a start. They're gonna be good red zone targets. Start Hunter Renfrow. Yeah. I feel like I've talked about this a few times.
Once or twice, I think. Once or twice.
Yeah.
I believe we also briefly discussed you had someone you liked in Dallas, Chicago. I can't remember who it was through 9 hours of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Dallas, Chicago.
Javonte Williams is my smash play of the week. He's gonna smash. And Pickens. We were talking about Cortland Sutton, Keenan Allen, George Pickens, and Calvin Ridley being in like which one do you start out of the 4? And I think I might be leaning Pickens because of the implied point total, but I don't know yet. It's at least those games start at 4, so I have a little to wait.
This right here is the fantasy football equivalent of Groundhog's Day. We're just talking about the same 2 things over and over again until Mike pops into the stream and says, you guys aren't live, you're just talking to each other. So far, he hasn't done that, so we might be all right.
Yeah.
What else are we looking at here? I'm trying to remember the topics we talked about last time. Oh, it was we spent some time on Walker and Charbonnet because it's the New Orleans Saints, which are a pretty decent matchup, and Walker's going to smash. I moved both Walker and Jordan Mason into like my top 9 or 10 running backs, and it feels very scary. Where do you have them?
Right around the same, to be honest, because they're both in great matchups and they're both going to smash. I think Jordan Mason's going to show why he should be starting over Jones. In the little bit of work he's had already, he's looked pretty good, and I think he would help McCarthy out a lot when he's on the field. So yeah, I think you hit it on the head with those 2. I would put them both in my I think I do. I got so Mason's around 12 and Walker's 8. So yeah, they're both worth far and away worth a start. They're gonna crush it this week.
That might be the best. That might be the best part about all our technical difficulties. I realized I had 3 or 4 lineups when I still had Aaron Jones in my starting lineup, so it gave me a chance to get them out there.
Yes, that saves you time. That's the one good thing.
Yeah, this is extra 40 minutes of setting my lineups I wasn't anticipating. Kind of scrolling through here. I know we only got about 15 more minutes left. You have anything on the schedule that really piques your interest, a matchup or an injury?
The matchup would be what is it? Oh man, now that I'm having, of course, now we're going and I have a brain fart. Hollywood Brown against the Giants. That's something that I really like this week. I think he's going to crush it. The Giants secondary is obviously not great. Hollywood had 16 targets week 1, and they're gonna probably pepper him again. He had a down week last week. Worthy's not playing, and it was just a weird, strange game between the Chiefs and the Eagles last week. So I think if you have Hollywood Brown, I literally am I'm putting him in to start him. And another thing I want to touch on is Igbuka. I think a lot of people are going to play him this week, and I think it's a bad idea. At best, he's on a pitch count, and if things don't go well, they're going to not put him out. So I think even if he does well, so be it. I think you have to sit him because of the risk this week.
He actually had my attention still on that Chiefs-Giants Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
I see it looks like Scadaboo's going to have a much bigger role. Is this the end of Tyrone Tracy here? I mean, in this scenario, I can't see the Giants running the ball a whole lot, down 30 points. But what do you think here? Scadaboo versus Tracy. Is this the end for Tracy?
Well, anyone that knows me knows I am the leader and the charge of Go Scadaboo. He's my dude. He's my guy. He's Scadaboo every day. So that's who I want. Yes.
We have a question because we're not talking to ourselves anymore.
Yes.
Standardly, pick one QB. Penix, Wilson, Stafford, Browning, Rodgers. Wow, you have a lot of backup quarterbacks on there. Let me switch over to my rankings here, and I'm gonna have to check because that's a lot of names.
I would say Rodgers because he's got the best matchup. The Patriots have the worst pass defense so far this year, and Rodgers and DK I think have a big week. I talked about that in the video this morning. So yeah, my pick honestly, it's Rodgers easily.
I have, and I'm trying to wing it because I'm on my ranking screen, so I can't see all the names again. I have Penix at 17, Browning 20, Russ 22, Wentz 23, Rodgers 25, Stafford 26. So you have 8 quarterbacks between 17 and 26 here. My rankings have Penix the highest. The easiest matchup looks like it goes to Rodgers. This Patriots, I thought the Patriots were going to be decent, and it looks like through 2 weeks, maybe they're just the easy week because both times they've just been lit up. So I have Penix slightly higher at Carolina, but I agree. I think I'm going Rodgers here at New England.
Yeah, New England's got a lot of injuries on defense right now, so that's a big reason, I think. But yeah, Rodgers has a great matchup. Yeah, we got a few. Let's rifle through these.
Old PPR, start 3. Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft, Juwan Johnson, Ricky Pearsall. I think Pearsall's the easy one to start. For me, this has got to be between – it's going to sound crazy because I think Kraft is probably the best of the tight ends. It's between him and Juwan Johnson, and I think I leave Kraft out just because I'm worried he's on a pitch count.
Thank you. That's exactly my thoughts too. Love Tucker Kraft. You normally have to start him, but because of the sketchiness of the injury, I'm just taking the guys I know that are healthy and going to play. Juwan Johnson, Pearsall, and Tyler Warren.
I've got Warren at 3, Kraft at 6, Juwan Johnson at 7, so it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like I said, the matchup's similar. Well, I guess Cleveland, I wouldn't say Cleveland's a very good matchup. I don't say Seattle is either. Tucker Kraft just worries me with the injury, so I wanted to say if you need upside, take the risk and go Kraft, but it seems like Juwan Johnson has the upside too, so I would say we're sitting Kraft just because of the injury fear.
Yep.
Game of yards, PPR, pick 1 QB, Stafford, Mariota, Stroud, Penix. I feel like my instinct tells me Stroud, and then I'm going to look, and it's not at all Stroud. No, it is. I have Stroud 1 above Penix.
Yeah, it's Penix. Stafford's, that's a defensive matchup. That's going to be a low-scoring game. Mariota, hard to tell. He's been there. I don't think he's the worst start. He's been with that team for a while. He knows how to run it, but I don't love it. Stroud, that Houston offense is scaring me right now. Penix is, in my opinion, your best bet. But, yeah, Stroud or Penix if I'm picking.
I have Stroud 1 spot higher at 16. I don't think either of them is a safe start. At Jacksonville for Stroud, at Carolina for Penix.
Yeah.
I get the slight edge to Stroud, but I couldn't fault you for Penix. I feel like Stroud has an upside, a ceiling that Penix doesn't have. Pickens, Pearsall, Monty, pick 1. That's tough. Oh, I know you want Pickens, right? I like Pearsall, Monty. Oh,
I'm no on Monty. Pearsall and Pickens, that's a 50-50 toss-up. I think the implied total for Pickens gives him the very, very slight edge. I think that'll be another high scoring game for them. So that's where I'm gonna go in those three. Pickens.
I have Pickens at 49, flex 49, Pearsall at 51, so they're 2 apart. Who was the third one that I forgot?
That's Monty.
Where do I have Monty? I have Monty even lower, I think. I give it to Pickens just slightly. Chicago's a pretty good matchup. Arizona's not a great matchup, and how long till Mac Jones turns back into a pumpkin? So yeah, okay, and I have David Montgomery even lower in the 60s overall. So I will go with you here, and as much as it pains me to say, I'll go Pickens. Full PPR, Ridley, Hampton, Johnston, Diggs. Speaking of players I worry turn into a pumpkin, Quentin Johnson. And I was the Quentin Johnston guy, but I just worry every week that this is the week it all comes crashing down. I am sitting him absolutely against Denver. Denver shuts down the boundary perimeter, the big X receiver. I think Johnson has his worst game, which leaves me with Ridley, Diggs, Hampton. I'm going to look through my rankings here. What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts are no on Hampton. I'm a known not hater, but disliker of Hampton. And Diggs, it seems like they're just not getting him. I think he's still coming back from the injury. So it's between Johnson and Ridley. And when I agree with you on Johnston, you're always worrying, is this the week it comes crashing down? I think this is the week. Ridley's one of my guys this year. I think this is the week to start playing him. So I choose Ridley in that.
I am not a my guy on Ridley. I absolutely hate Ridley. But having said that, I think Ridley's the easy answer here, which means it's probably very easy because I never pick Ridley.
Yeah.
What's up? Nice to actually not be talking to each other like we were for the first 40 minutes.
I know, this is great.
Stream that wasn't live. Half PPR, Pittman or Franklin. I never thought we'd be here. I never thought we'd be here, man. Franklin's actually a thing. I've got Pittman.
Franklin's.
Go ahead.
Franklin's gives me that feeling, that QJ feeling. Like, how long is this really gonna last? I don't know. Like Cortland Sutton he had a good week 1, a slow week 2. I think he's gonna start getting more involved in the offense. I don't trust Franklin and Pittman. I trust Pittman far more than I trust Franklin, so it's Pittman for me.
I think so too, but it's not do I trust Pittman or Franklin more. It's do I trust Franklin or Daniel Jones more. I'm still going to go with you here. I have Pittman 10 spots higher, but this is not a scenario where I feel good with either as my flex. I have Franklin in a whole lot of lineups. I don't think I have any Pittman, and I'm just hoping that I don't start him on the week where he's a pumpkin.
Yeah.
It very well could happen. So I'm going Pittman here as well.
Okay.
Pick 2, flex, PPR. Mason is a must start. Oh, no. Look at this lineup.
Jordan Mason,
Swift, Wilson, BTJ, Ken Walker. So just looking at it, I've been smashing Walker and Mason everywhere. But
Ken Walker and Mason, but BTJ.
Like I've taken DeAndre Swift and Garrett Wilson right off the table here. But can I start the 2? I almost feel like I got to go BTJ, Ken Walker here.
I think you do. It's got to be those two. Ken Walker's going to slam this week, and BTJ's he's not going to be down all year. Like, it's just a weird start. It's going to happen. Start BTJ. Those two for sure.
Vikings have. I forgot. I'm looking through here. Vikings have. Where is? Oh, Cincinnati. Oh, that matchup. Oh my Lord, this is such a terrible question.
Yeah, that's a good.
Walker's my highest. I have him flex overall 13. BTJ, I have a lot lower, way lower. I have BTJ at 31. I think it's still BTJ. Oh, yeah, that's my final. No, you know what? I have Jordan Mason insanely high too. I told you I have both of them as top 10 running backs. If you want to go by my rankings, I have Walker at 13, Jordan Mason at 17, BTJ at 31. So everything, but that Houston matchup is so good. Everything in my ranking says it's Walker and Mason. Having said that, how many times have we done this where it's, there's an injury and we just step this running back in and he's supposed to smash and then he does nothing. And he finally comes alive. But Mason averages 25 points a game last year when he was a starter. We've seen what Walker can do without Charbonnet. Screw it. Take Mason and Walker for me.
Yeah. I that's hard to argue. It's Walker and Thomas or Walker and Mason, and you can make the argument for Mason's matchup because Thomas does have the tougher matchup. That Houston D is brutal. So Mason and Walker, that's probably the right play. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's horrible. You have to pick. You couldn't get those guys anywhere else in your lineup. Make a
Right.
trade. Package 3 of these guys for like Jefferson or Chase.
Yeah.
Pick 2
Yeah.
PPR. Keenan, Pollard, McMillan, Garrett Wilson. 2 for a flex.
Pollard, McMillan.
You guys got some loaded questions this week, man.
Yeah. Keenan Allen. I'm locked and loaded on Keenan Allen. So you're doing one of him, and boy, probably Pollard. I think the Colts D, their soft spot is the run game. So Pollard. I go Pollard and Keenan.
I have it as Pollard and Wilson. I have Pollard the highest at 27 in a mediocre matchup. Garrett Wilson at 39. This is flex, not wide receiver 39. Garrett Wilson, it's a plus matchup. I have him at 39. Tetaroa, I have him at 46, even though it's a sweet matchup. Allegedly, it's a sweet matchup. I think that Falcons defense is actually low-key pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. And Keenan Allen, I have the lowest at 55 against the Denver defense that I think is pretty solid. I have Pollard and Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Start 1, Pittman, Franklin, Kupp, or Hollywood. I feel like that. My gut tells me Hollywood. Let me double check my wide receiver rankings because we've got what? No Rashi, obviously. No Xavier Worthy. Mm-hmm. It's got to be Hollywood. Cooper.
Hollywood's in the best situation, best matchup out of all these guys.
Mr. Swift looks like he's not interested in football anymore. He's too busy at concerts. I think this one's Hollywood for me.
Yeah.
Is that what you got too?
I got Hollywood. It's the best situation, best matchup out of all of these guys. It's definitely Hollywood. Yeah.
The only thing that does worry me here is that Casey's got this so in control by halftime they run it. But I just like it. If I thought Pittman, Franklin, or Kupp was a safe option, I would say that. But there's no guarantee that any of those 3 catches a ball this week. So Hollywood's my answer there.
I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think Russ and Neighbors can keep it close.
I don't know. I think it'll either be a nail biter or they're going to get blown out by 40. Russ doesn't seem to have it in between. Half PPR, Hampton or Henderson?
No, wait a minute. Ooh.
Got Hampton at 27 in a bad matchup with Denver. Henderson at 34 in a good matchup with Pittsburgh. Oh, I feel like it's weird because the matchup says Henderson, but I have Hampton ranked higher.
Yeah.
I think the pass defensive Denver, I think LA is finally going to get the ground game going here. It's a worse matchup. I think if Pittsburgh or if New England does run the ball against Pittsburgh, like Stevenson out-carried and was out-targeted Henderson. So I'm going to go Hampton here. I think he's the RB1 in his backfield, whereas I think Henderson's the clear number 2 right now.
Yeah, Hendo, it's tough, man, because the Steelers, if you run on the opposite side of Watt, you run towards the left, everyone is averaging 6 yards a carry. So if Hendo gets some handoffs and get some play time, he could have a good week. But I think the safer floor, no matter how you slice it, is Omarion Hampton. So I agree on Hampton. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to look through anything else here that you think. I know we've got about 3 minutes. Anything you want to end it with? I didn't realize we got this close to kickoff. Damn.
I know. No, I think we covered it. Zach Ertz, if you've got him, start him. Mariota leans on the tight end. I think that's somebody. If anyone's thinking about that, I think you start Zach Ertz.
How terrifying is that notion that when I went through my leagues, Zach Ertz was one of the, I got to start him. What are we doing? Weird. Why?
All the back half of last year, that's what he was, and he's starting off again. I think it's odd to think Zach Ertz at 34 years old. You got to start him.
I got teams where I have Kelsey, Andrews, Hawkinson, and I was like, oh no, they're on the bench. I've got Zach Ertz. Like that's a good thing to have. I've got Zach Ertz.
Yeah. I was called treating Hawkinson unfair this year for being low on him, and this is why I didn't see it in this offense this year. But he'll have spike games, but you're not going to get many, I don't think, this season. Unless Wentz is the Messiah. Yeah.
Got any?
Um, yeah.
The Messiah.
Unless Wentz is the Messiah all of a sudden.
We're playing all the 2019 quarterbacks this week. Why the heck
Yeah.
can't we just play a 2019 tight end?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Everybody's back to their old teams. Everyone's, guys are starting that haven't started in 5 years. It's a great time to be in fantasy football.
As a Ben Sinnott truther, Zach Ertz infuriates me. Absolutely.
Yeah. I like Sinnott, I do, but yeah, Ertz he's in the way. You got to get him out of there before you can.
Now.
Like yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
Yeah. I think that's.
No. I was asking if you got anything else, or if you just want to give it a wrap.
I think we're good. Yeah, I have nothing else that I need to put. I wish we had our full hour, but we'll have it figured out next week. So,
okay, we did have our full hour. We just weren't in front of a live audience for that full hour.
True.
So,
we got some warm up reps. Yeah,
we'll check back next week with us, guys. We'll be live at noon until kickoff. Theoretically, hopefully, we will actually be live the whole time. I will also be. I think the two of us are live tomorrow night on the main FSAN channel for Last Call that we do at 10 o'clock during the Monday Nighter, or at the beginning. Oh, no, there's only one this week, right?
Yeah, there's only one. So it'll be like the back half of the game.
And then Monday at 7 p.m., I am live as well on Grindhouse for IDP Underground. And then Tuesday morning, I'm all by my lonesome talking to myself again. Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. doing the waiver wire. So thank you all for tuning in. When we were actually live. Good luck, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
Have fun today.